James Kirtley, great to see a Sussex legend back involved with the club. Just tell us a bit about the work you're doing.
Well, basically, on most Thursday afternoons, it's looking after the academy bowlers, keeping an eye out in Jon Lewis's absence, and then more regularly on a Monday and Thursday with the EDG, with the bowlers, looking to prepare and look at the next generation of Sussex bowlers, really. And
the EDG, just for people who might not know, is...
I'm not sure I really know. I think it's the Elite Development Group. But it's, we're looking at ideas. We've got 15 lads there, which all have various natural characteristics, I believe, to be able to bowl with pace, and looking to help nurture that homegrown talent.
And you mentioned obviously Jon Lewis been away with both the England Lions and now the under-19s. Has that given you a few more opportunities here to work with the lads?
Yeah, of course. And what's great is that Jon and I think similarly about bowling. He's got me involved here, and I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the bowling group, the EDG group, for the last 3 years. And we're starting. We've progressed some players, so the likes of Jamie Atkins and Henry Croker and Tom Gordon, who was in our first sort of cohort as such, and Jamie and Henry, they've both progressed as well. So it looks like we might be on the right tracks. I don't know if there's any science behind it, but the best we can do with that group is to develop bowlers that can go into the academy, and then ultimately from the academy to go in and play professional cricket.
And then looking at the pro squad, obviously lots of exciting young homegrown players, particularly fast bowlers there. What are your thoughts on the next crop of players coming through, the players you're working with now?
There's a huge variety. We've got a group of left armers that are developing. So the likes of a Will Sheffield, who's leading that group, but going right down to sort of under 13s and under 14s, a couple of young left armers there, to some very tall, big right arm bowlers that hit the pitch, to a couple of skiddy ones. So we've got a lot of variety, and they're all progressing nicely. They're all adding pace, but it's not just about the bowling in general. We've got to try and develop some tough cricketers. There isn't the same apprenticeship that I think probably I was afforded, where you might have 2 or 3 years to perhaps find your feet. These guys are, the expectation now is you go into professional cricket and you're expected to perform a little bit earlier. Now, whether right or wrong, I don't know, but fast bowlers will mature sort of late 20s, so you hope that they're afforded some degree of leeway, but I think the game's changed, dare I say, even since when I was playing, that it's a young man's game and players are expected to perform early in their career.
And obviously talking about James Kirtley, the player, you led the attack in one of the most successful period in the club's history. Just looking at the club now, lots of change with new head coach and that focus on young homegrown talent. What's your views on where the club is and the direction it's heading?
I think it's hard. I've had a slightly detached connection. I mean, it's a connection, but it's detached, and I haven't been in the dressing room. I haven't been around really the professional setup. What I do know is that the club was successful when it did have a good percentage of homegrown talent, and then other counties that have been successful in the championship have had similar. I'm not saying that that's a recipe for success, but it does seem to lean that way. The direction, new head coach, new ideas, it might be just a change of voice, and for Sussex not to promote from within is different. That's been a successful recipe before, and something that I know Peter Moores was quite keen on. So look, it'd be wrong I have an opinion and I have my own thoughts, but I think the club have got a chance with a bit of a sweep in that direction to start afresh, if there is anything to start afresh. And what you want to see is for Sussex to get promoted, but promoted with a team that can sustain First Division status, because without keeping that status, you can't challenge for the championship, which is ultimately what the county championship is about. One day cricket, very different, but you get a feeling that, you know, success is around the corner, but it just might need to be channeled in the right areas.